Hey, this is Jay with Eyes Sewn Shut Radio. We're here in Richmond, Virginia at the Hat Factory for Darkest Hour, one of the bands over the last decade that's been innovative in blending metal and punk. And we're here with John, their vocalist, on the end of their Legacy tour. I believe this is your last stop, right?
This is indeed the last night of the tour.
Good deal. How's the tour been?
It's been amazing. This tour was just kind of like something that we wanted to do for like people that have been fans of the band for a long time or been supporting the band for a long time. And we had the idea, like, I guess, I forget when it was 6 months ago or so. We were just thinking like, oh, what could we do to change it up? And we decided that it'd be cool to like do something from every record. And so we've been playing like, you know, at least 2 songs off every record. And it's like the longest set we've ever played too. So I don't know, we just wanted to change it up, do something a little different, and it's been going sick. Like, you know, a lot of our old friends have been coming out and like into the old stuff. A lot of times we play the old stuff and people are like,
yeah, what is that? That's awesome. Is that new?
You know, and then, you know, because a lot of times, like, I mean, the band played our first show 15 years ago, so, you know,
yeah.
a lot of at our shows, a lot of times there'll be like a handful of 15-year-old kids, and I'm like, it's like, oh, yeah. Shit.
Where'd they come
You're
from?
the same age as this band. But that's awesome, you know.
Excellent. I think I first heard this band in the mid to late 90s, serving in the military. I remember on a helicopter, one of the guys had a tape he recorded of you guys. And,
oh, really?
We played the hell out of that thing. It was the only tape we had, but we really liked it. So
that's awesome, man.
All right, I guess the big question, over a decade on Victory Records, right? Now new label.
Yeah.
Big move to E1 Records.
Very exciting. Very
exciting. Good energy.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's just been nothing but great communication with those guys, and you know, great support from those guys. So we're really definitely looking forward to the new partnership. I mean, you know, we were dumbass kids that signed for way too many fucking records to Victory. You know, like.
Very common.
So you know, it was definitely like. We were definitely ready to move on.
Just ready for something different, kind of re-energize things, and
definitely
got a new album coming out called The Human Romance. The first album on E1. That's coming out February 22nd. I imagine absolutely everywhere. So definitely
everywhere.
On the must-have list. What's up? What's the new album all about? What inspired it?
Okay. Well, the record is kind of sonically, you know, it's like. Basically like everything we've been wanted to do for a long time. Like it's like the last record, Eternal Return, we focused more on like, you know, making it just a really pissed off, aggressive, angry record, because it was like, it captured that kind of like our frustration with dealing with Victory Records for so long, you know, and like kind of channeled that through that record. But this new record is more about like, you know, kind of like a rebirth of the band. Like we have the new label and everything, and our sound, we really feel like we've refined and like gotten our songwriting down to just where like it's one, you know, whole cohesive unit. And I don't know, we're just really happy with the music. It's like, it's a lot more melodic than the last stuff. It's a lot more musical. It's more of like a musical journey, you know, than just like a pissed off 35 minutes or something.
So maybe a little more melodic, a little more punkish influence in this one, or?
A little more like, well, a little more emphasis on songwriting, I think. You know, just like making the songs make sense, you know, and like flow really well. You know, like when we've been listening to it, when we put the record on, you know, we'll listen to the whole thing and we'll be like, oh shit, like went by like, feels like it went by like that. And that's, I don't know. But at the same time, it takes you on like a journey. So that's, I don't know. It's going to be really exciting to see what people think. Like, it's definitely our best shit we could possibly do. So
cool. So
if you don't like it, then
the album you wanted to make, then.
Yeah, it's always the album we've always wanted to make. As far as like concept, the record is like, you know, it's called The Human Romance, and it's about like, you know, it's like a romance as in like a epic journey. You know, it's basically about like mankind's journey from like when we started. Like it's basically like about human behavior, you know, and about how the evolution of that and how that's changed from the beginning of mankind or whatever to now, and what's changed, and why do people act the way they do, and why do people want to hurt each other sometimes, why do people want to love each other sometimes. I don't know. It's like
awesome. Sounds like a lot of work went into that.
Yeah. It's like you know, it's really hard to describe. I start talking about it and then I like go off on like different things. So I'm still gotta like get it together.
Cool. Well, you know, we've talked a little bit about it. Darkest Hour's been around. They were one of the bands. What was it, mid 90s? I mean,
we played our first
90s?
show September 23rd, 1995.
Yeah.
And started
blended that punk and metal sound a little bit.
Yeah, well, we were like punk. Me and Mike, when I met Mike Schleibaum, you know, I was 15, he was 17 or something, and you know, I was like really, I you know, grew up. I guess I got into like Led Zeppelin and then like Nirvana and all that kind of stuff in the early 90s, and then I really got into punk rock and kind of was like punk and hardcore only for a long time, you know. But then like I was in high school, meeting Mike, we were like trying to start the band. When we started the band, it was a totally different band. I mean, it was like you know, it was like metallic hardcore. It was like slowed down, kind of like, we really loved this band Damnation AD from DC, so we just like wanted to sound like them, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like the band really changed when like Mike and I started really getting into like European death metal and like Scandinavian metal and shit like that. And we were just like, fuck, we want to like kind of change the sound of the band. And we wrote like, I guess the first one we wrote was Prophecy Fulfilled. It was like the first kind of like Swedish sounding like song that we ever wrote, and that was like, I don't know, 90s. We wrote it in like 97 or something.
Yeah. Some of the stuff I used to listen to.
But yeah, basically like I was a late bloomer with metal. I mean, I liked Metallica and shit when I was a kid, but I got back into metal after I was already into punk and hardcore, and I got into through bands like Carcass and At the Gates, you know, and like those are probably like my two favorite metal bands. I don't know.
Awesome. Well, over a decade as one of the top bands in the underground. I'm personally excited to hear this new album. Hopefully on Eyes Sewn Shut Radio, we're going to be playing it after the first of the year, right before it comes out. Talk to Bill a little bit. We'll get a couple of tracks, so people keep looking for it, listening for it. It's going to be huge. February the 22nd, worldwide release, absolutely everywhere. Just Google it or something, you'll find it. It's Darkest Hour, The Human Romance, and check it out.